Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Marketplace Monday on a Thursday. Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties we had on Monday, but out of our control, but we are here on a Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us for our Marketplace Monday Thursday version. Great show coming up. We have awesome speakers on the show, great vendors, a chance for you to win some Visa gift cards. I'll make sure I give you that chance. There's a chat feature right below this video screen. That's where you'll enter to win the Visa gift cards. That's where you'll log on to ask questions of our vendor partners. That's where you can ask any of us questions and interact, so feel free to use that chat box. Also, the mystery clue game. You have a chance to win $2,000 in cash if you gather up all the clues and guess the word or the phrase. Actually, why don't we give you that clue for this week right now? This week's clue for the mystery game, shot at $2,000, is 420. 420 is the clue. All right? So that is your mystery clue for the week. And actually, why don't we do this? Let's start off by giving away a $100 gift card right now. Use that chat feature right below this screen right now. I'm looking for the 10th person that types in, I love Marketplace Monday. 10th person to type in, I love Marketplace Monday on the chat feature. You win a $100 Visa gift card. All right, we're going to get some really cool guests. First, quick reminder, convention. Are you registered for convention yet? Let's go. You need to get registered right here on ccua.org. We're virtual this year. Moving forward together is the theme of this year's annual meeting and convention. If you've been watching the Daily Scan, lots of information starting to leak out about guest speakers and breakout sessions. So get registered now at ccua.org for this year's annual convention. It's coming up in October, okay? Get registered early. I've got two guys right now in our virtual green room, Dave and Bryce. Why don't you guys go ahead and unmute your microphones, and I'll give you the introduction. Dave Olson is the Chief Business Development Officer for Pivot Lending Group, and we also have Bryce Jackson, Director of Sales for Members Insurance Agency, Members Close. Gentlemen, good morning, and thanks for coming on Marketplace Monday.
Good morning, Isaiah. Thank you very much for having us.
Yep, good morning.
Good morning. So let's start with you, Bryce. Where are you in the world today?
I am in my backyard in East Greenwich, Rhode Island. So as COVID and the pandemic and just a day in the life, I am outside. There's some work going on in my house. There are children in my house. And so this is where I am this morning. But appreciate being here and have the opportunity to share Member Close and Pivot and talk to you, Isaiah, this morning.
I appreciate it, Bryce. I like the background. You can tell where you are on the totem pole. Danny gets to go outside.
That's right.
And Dave Olson, let's talk to you. Dave Olson is with Pivot Lending Group. Where are you located this morning?
Today I am in Denver. This week has been, we kind of jumped around. I started out in Boulder Monday. I was in Scottsdale Tuesday, Wednesday. I was in Colorado Springs yesterday, and now I'm in Denver. But I'd much rather be in Bryce's backyard if we could get that barbecue going.
Can we talk about barbecue, Bryce?
We can. Chicken, fish.
Yeah. Do you have a mean game in barbecue, Bryce, or not?
It's not. It is not bad.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to get a date on the calendar and go down to Rhode Island and visit Bryce and have a nice barbecue. So joining us on this morning's edition of Marketplace Monday, Dave Olson, Chief Business Development Officer for Pivot Lending Group, and Bryce Jackson, Director of Sales for Members Insurance Agency, Members Close. Bryce, let's start with you. Members Close is a partner already of the Cooperative Credit Union Association, and the services that Member Close offers to all of our members are in the lending space. Talk about the partnership that we now have with Dave Olson and Pivot, and why we have that partnership and what it offers to the membership folks that are watching this morning.
Great question. So, Member Close is a partner of the Cooperative Credit Union Association, part of the business services arm. Member Close has been in business since 2004, providing a bundled lending settlement solution that allows institutions to order everything from a credit pull to closing docs, all within one platform. Through that platform and through partnerships and communication through CCUA, as well as our partner associations across the nation, Dave and I, as well as Pivot's CEO, Brian, struck paths. And when they struck, it was a conversation and meetings that initiated further conversations about what we could do together. And Pivot and Member Close partnered in 2018, looking at opportunities to, one, create efficiency for our institutions that are on the platform and cost savings, as well as partnering with a company that is known and understands credit union business, selling and educating in the credit union environment and partnering with credit unions.
That's great. We're talking with Dave Olson, who's with Pivot Lending Group, and also Bryce Jackson, who's with Member Close. Dave, let's go to you. Pivot Lending Group, you're now partnered with Member Close, and you offer all of the membership that's watching at the CCUA all throughout 4 states, more opportunity and more services. Talk about some of those services that you bring to the table to make Member Close a bigger offering to our membership, Dave.
Yeah, so Bryce and I, like Bryce was saying, probably a year and a half ago, it was almost like lightning in a bottle. We were talking and there were things that were kind of coming together. And our background with Pivot, and Pivot's not only now entering into the East Coast, we're across the states, many of the states. Our core executive team all come from the credit union land. There's 6 of us. Out of the 6, 4 of us have started different QSOs within the mortgage movements for larger credit unions. And visiting with Bryce, our initial discussion started with a very, very small credit union in the Midwest that just didn't have the experience to put together a home equity program, and they were not even at the time a partner, but we joined the 2 of them together because we'd heard of the reputation. And with our 20 years experience, we were able to kind of take some of our other products that we have and push those into the conversation. So that's kind of how we got in it.
Great. We're talking with Dave Olson, Chief Business Development Officer for Pivot Lending Group, and also Bryce Jackson, Director of Sales for Members Insurance Agency, Members Close, who a number of you definitely recognize being in our membership group. The whole point of Marketplace Monday, guys, is it's our responsibility as the Cooperative Credit Union Association to help our vendor partners deliver their product and services to all of our membership, right? So that's the reason why we're doing these shows. We want people to learn things. We want people to be able to reach out. If you folks watching the show right now have any questions for Bryce or for Dave, feel free to use that chat feature below, and we'll definitely answer your questions in a timely fashion. Bryce, let's go back to you, and let's talk about how credit unions can make more equity loans. Let's be specific on that, if you could, Bryce.
Great question. And the lead to that, Isaiah, I think, I want to talk about the pandemic and looking at institutions that we partner with, as well as I've just found that pipelines are full. You look at mortgage rates, where they are, as well as equity lending is, at record levels. So I think that's noticed throughout the industry. But one program I think that is beneficial to institutions that I want to make aware is what we call our Protequity program. It is a 100% CLTV program that allows credit unions that most often have a maximum loan to value, say of 80%, to lend to those borrowers that have a CLTV over 80% or over their maximum, up to a max of 100%, with transferring the risk to a insurer. So there's no additional risk to the institution, So the example would be is, your borrower comes in, you go through the application process, you are following your standard underwriting guidelines. You get to the underwriting process, and all of a sudden you're looking at, say, hey, our max is 80% LTV. And unfortunately, it would be, a loan officer may be talking to a long-term member that has a checking account, savings account, multiple generations of their family having relationships with a credit union. All they want to do is put a, roof on the house. They may be sending a kid to college. They may be purchasing a car. They may be doing, improvements to their home. And you may have to explain that you can't approve that loan because it's over your maximum LTV. I've often seen and heard where, a borrower's eyes might, glaze over, and they're like, well, we have all of our relationships. We have, all of our loans here. We've been members for, many, many years. This program is generated and come from that opportunity to say, hey, we have this program, which is called Protectity, where you can approve that loan. I want to make sure that it is, it's not a license for a bad loan to be written. I think everybody's eyes would kind of open as your LTV goes above 80%, but it is a protected loan program that can benefit those members where the CLTV is over 80%.
Thanks, Bryce. We're talking to Bryce Jackson, Director of Sales for Members Insurance Agency Members Close, and Dave Olson, Chief Business Development Officer for Pivot Lending Group. Dave, let's talk to you about this pandemic. Things have changed. Everything's changed. How we do business has changed. How we do banking has changed. And I know part of what Pivot Lending Group does is you offer marketing. Talk about drive-through marketing. That has to be very important these days because lobbies are closed. Talk a little bit about the drive-through marketing that you can help people with at Pivot.
Yeah, so absolutely. The current and active and even some of the new accounts we've been talking to, even prior to the pandemic, a lot, probably more than half of the traffic that goes through the credit unions on a daily basis is through the drive-through versus the lobby. And for years, we've been in the business now about 20 years, working with credit unions for 18 of those 20. And we focus so much on the lobby and the visuals and the audio and all those things in the lobby. And the pandemic's kind of forced us to look at the other ways through the drive-through and realize that even before the pandemic, to capture the attention of the member, we should focus a whole lot more on the drive-through. So that's what we've been doing now. We've been putting together little tchotchke things. And most recently, we've been putting keychains that have a house on them with a key, and we send those through the drive-through so that it reminds them to, if they're looking to purchase a home or refinance, and we're hoping, that credit union member, by the time they get their 20th key and their car's just jingling, that they're going to start thinking about doing something. So yeah, we just got to get creative. We send t-shirts out, we'll load up a credit union with t-shirts. It's important that everybody knows that we partnering up with Member Close. We're not a vendor. We're in it for a partnership. And the same thing goes through onto the to the different credit unions. We're looking at their goals and their plans. We'll sit down and figure out what's your 2021 marketing strategy. Tell us about your CDs, your car loans, all these different strategies that Member Close and Pivot can join into. So, yeah.
What about the tube, Dave? What about the tube? Can I still get my lollipop through the tube?
Oh man, we load the tube. That's what I'm saying. We get. You're going to get a T-shirt. You're going to get car keys. We got baseball caps. We're rolling up. I mean, it's tube commerce right now, man.
Yeah. I think some of the marketing should be like #Tubetastic 2021.
Yeah.
All day long.
Crazy.
That's Dave Olson. He's the Chief Business Development Officer for Pivot Lending Group. And also joining us today on Marketplace Monday, our friend Bryce Jackson. He's the Director of Sales for Members Insurance Agency, Members Close. Again, we do this Marketplace Monday to educate people and give people the opportunity to learn more about what folks like you do at Member Close and Pivot. Bryce, let me go to you. What new products have evolved during this pandemic? I mean, things have changed. So what new products can we expect from member close and pivot?
Yeah, great question. So, from March to spring, you've seen, being at home and being in a, remote environment, the technology on the appraisal and valuation side has gone virtual. There are a number of opportunities to be able to, have social distancing, maybe not have an agent or an appraiser, come to your property location, but still be able to get that valuation completed. There are borrower-led, where you can utilize your iPhone or iPad, where you are the homeowners actually submitting pictures that are then uploaded. That technology has been there, but it is in use more often now, just as a result of the circumstances. Also, we have seen an increase in e-signing of documents, not only on the initial side, but you're looking at states that have included the remote online notary and being able to physically and actually close loans remotely too. Assuming Dave can speak to that too.
Things are going to keep changing, right? Things are just going to keep changing. And that, look, the evolution of that right there, the fact that I can sign something from home. I mean, you have to pivot with the times and make things easier. If you want me to borrow money, don't make it difficult for me to get that money.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. As alluded to, I think the pipelines are full, so it's bringing those tools and solutions that are going to help credit unions increase their efficiency and the industry, and we are working with our partners to identify those and implement them too. So the last piece I've seen is just the verification of income, verification of employment, the one-day certainty. So being able to add that and have access to it is part of being important to an institution's underwriting capabilities. So those are the arenas that we've really seen changes and additions to that have helped benefit institutions be able to manage their pipelines.
Great. If you're just joining us, welcome to Credit Union Virtual Marketplace Monday. We're joined today by Bryce Jackson and Dave Olson. Dave Olson is the Chief Business Development Officer for Pivot Lending Group, and Pivot a few years ago partnered with Member Close and Bryce, and it really just gives Member Close more tools for you, the membership watching. So I encourage you to use the chat box below this video. Ask Bryce questions, ask Dave questions. If you can't ask them now, you can't think of them right this second, we'll make sure that you stay connected with them, because these are great services. And as times change, Bryce and Dave are the people that can help pivot, hence the name of Dave's company. Nice move there. Let me ask you one more question, Dave, before we wrap this up. Increasing membership is so important to all of the credit unions that are watching. How do we go about increasing membership? I mean, prior to March, it's a challenge. Now we've got this pandemic. Right. How am I doing this in 2020 and moving forward? How do I increase membership if I need to do so at a credit union level?
Yep, absolutely. So that was one of the early on, the organization Pivot made a decision that we wanted a full marketing team for that purpose, because as most of the clients that we're working with are maybe $500 million or less in assets, and they just don't have the capacity or scale on that. We'll take our team, and again, once we become a partnership, and you have full access to all of our different departments, but we'll identify where the seg started, right? So if today they have a community charter and it's, Eagle Credit Union, but originally they were the postal credit union for, this county or that county, we'll drill down into that and say, okay, where did the movement start, right? And then from there, we'll try to kind of gravitate out, and then we decide, we determine, are you a seg-based still, so a closed membership, or are you open membership? And then if they are a closed membership, we'll identify perhaps other businesses that we can start to drive maybe into that closed membership to add to the segs. And then if they're an open membership, we'll go maybe into the community itself. And I'll give you kind of an example just in the Midwest. There's a fairly, Lincoln, Nebraska has Kawasaki. Kawasaki has a plant there where they manufacture, of all things, subway cars for New York. Right? So I'm like, I was blown away. Like, you do what? You know, where's the motorcycles? Right? There's no motorcycles there. Why are you doing subway cars in the Midwest? Right? So, but we sat down with that credit union that was part of their original segment and said, okay, look, let's start getting in here and getting into their lunches. Let's start doing food trucks outside. Let's start doing something that's different than the statement stuff or the sign on the street, you know, more of a, you know, kind of an aggressive approach to identify and let the people know there, hey, look, there's an opportunity that you may not know about with your credit union that supported this. So just a few different things.
No, that's good. Listen, I'm a marketing guy, and you know, you have to constantly stay top of mind. It's the reason we're doing this show every Monday. You know, we're doing an hour-long show. That's it. We're not going to do, you know, we have to think, know your audience, know who you're talking to, know who you're communicating with. And that's critical. So we're talking with Dave Olson. That was Dave, the Chief Business Development Officer for Pivot Lending Group. It's good to hear that you have a robust marketing arm and that you can bring that to Bryce and everybody over at Member Close, that we can ultimately turn around and offer to everybody who is in the membership at the Cooperative Credit Union Association. Bryce, I'm going to wrap things up with you.
Can I say one thing? Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, yeah, so, of course.
Yeah, speaking of the marketing arm, this is just kind of, this is really kind of cool. And to get our graphic designer, her name is Elisa Steffen. Her dad was in charge of the marketing department for CUNA and designed the CUNA logo. And for 30 years, most of the stuff that came out of CUNA was produced in the graphics were set by her dad. So just a little history.
Hey, it's a small world, right?
Yeah, right.
I want to wrap things up with you, Bryce. Bryce Jackson, the Director of Sales for Members Insurance Agency, Members Close. How's the marketplace going to evolve? Let's just look at what we've been through and how, looking forward into 2021, how are we going to evolve the marketplace as a whole for lending?
Great question. And I would allude back to, last week's show and talking with Steve Rick. I've listened to each of these Monday marketplaces and just appreciated everybody that's been on and contributed. So from a lending perspective, I see that, forbearances and deferments, I think at fourth quarter, first quarter of 2021, we'll see effects of. Right now, pipelines are full, mortgage rates are low, and, credit unions are processing those loans. So, I think moving forward, it's going to be, interesting to work through, how the deferments are going to impact, how the economy is going to impact, and forbearances too. So, one thing I know is that the credit union movement, takes care of its members and will continue to do that. So, no better place to be, than with the credit union and their products and services, helping you protect and work through these challenging times. So
good positive stuff. I like that. Bryce Jackson, he is the Director of Sales for Members Insurance Agency, Members Close, and Dave Olson, Chief Business Development Officer for Pivot Lending Group. Bryce, how do people get a hold of any of you at Member Close so that they can go deeper into this conversation about partnering with you?
Absolutely. So you can reach out to the league. My email address is vjackson@ccua.org. You can also reach out. We are working on updating our website address, which is www.memberclose.com. And, those are the ways that you can reach out to me. So, Isaiah, really appreciate the opportunity today to speak.
No, absolutely. And before I let both of you go, this has to happen. You have to spin the prize wheel.
Oh,
you both get to spin the prize wheel for prizes. We've got $50 gift cards, $25 gift cards, and Dunkin' Donuts gift cards. Dave, why don't we start with you out in Denver? You ready, buddy?
Let's hit it.
Here we go. I like giving away prizes. I feel like Pat Sajak.
Yeah,
boom,
right.
Boom. $50 Visa gift card for you, Dave. Congratulations.
Nice.
All right, Bryce, you ready, buddy?
Just spin away.
Here we go. Let's get another winner. $25 Visa gift card for you, Bryce.
That is awesome.
Guess who's got
Thank
those?
you.
Dean's got those. Dean's going to have to go buy those, so make sure Dean gets both of you your gift cards, all right?
Awesome.
Well, this has been
Thank
great.
you so
Listen,
much.
again, Bryce Jackson, the Director of Sales for Members Insurance Agency Members Close, along with Dave Olson, Chief Business Development Officer for Pivot Lending Group. Very educational, very informative information this morning on Marketplace Monday. Thank you both for taking the time. Be safe in Rhode Island and out there in Denver, boys, okay? Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us, Isaiah.
Stick around. This is Marketplace Monday.
Banking today is constantly evolving. NES Group understands that. With over 40 years of experience, we have the insights into what it takes to plan, design, build, brand, equip, and furnish a functional facility that exceeds expectations. We know the banking industry. Our commitment and full-service approach to offering you the services you need mean that you can provide your customers the best experience possible. NES Group, along with our in-house divisions, knows that to provide the best, you need to be the best. Our full-service architectural firm, DRL Architects, specializes in financial institutions, from site and space planning to interior design and construction documentation. Their approach has spearheaded designs for our award-winning projects. Revive, focused on brand strategy and marketing, identifies opportunities to improve your messaging, digital content, and keep branding consistent throughout your institution, creating inspiring retail environments. NES Group Bank equipment rounds out our services. They can outfit your locations with everything from ATMs and interactive teller machines to physical and electronic security equipment. As one, NES Group provides insight into every aspect of the banking environment. Our team of experts will guide you every step of the way, from identifying your next location to building a new branch or main office to transforming an existing branch. Connect with us today to learn more and experience the difference.
Does your credit union want to say yes to more home equity loans? Are you turning away good loans simply due to a loan policy that shuts down at 80% LTV? The Member Close Loan Guarantee Program allows the lender to make loans to qualified borrowers of up to $250,000 and 100% LTV with no additional risk. Reach out to Member Close today to learn more about the Protequity Loan Guarantee Program.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to CCUA's CU Marketplace Monday. I'm your host, Isaiah. Want to make sure that everybody gets registered ahead of time for this year's Moving Forward Together. That's our annual meeting and convention. We're doing it virtually this year. We've got a lot of great surprises, a lot of fun things coming up for this virtual meeting and virtual convention, but you need to register ahead of time. So make sure you do that right here on the website, ccua.org. Also, while you're on ccua.org, make sure you watch all the episodes of CU Marketplace Monday. Some amazing vendors, great partners, great sponsors, thanks to our title sponsor, CUNA Mutual Group, and all of our friends and family that have been joining us for the road to convention. It's been fun. We've got some more episodes coming up, and you can watch all those episodes on ccua.org. And make sure you gather all the clues. We've played the mystery clue game. Everybody that gathers all the clues and gets the phrase at the end of Road to Convention, you have a chance to win $2,000 in cash. All right, we have another amazing partner vendor joining us on the show right now, Joe DeMarchi. He's with Reverse Mortgage Funding. Joe, good morning. Thanks for joining us on Marketplace Monday.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here. So I'm Joe DeMarchi. I'm the Strategic Business Development Leader at Reverse Mortgage Funding. We're one of the nation's leading reverse mortgage lenders. We've been a proud CU Connect partner since 2017 and have been very fortunate to work with many great institutions and CCUA members like you. Although I wish we were connecting under better circumstances, I'm so grateful to CCUA for continually finding ways to adapt and for creating meaningful opportunities for us all to network and grow together.
It's definitely a interesting time right now, Joe. Things are different. We're doing this virtually. We should all be together at the DCU Center, but we can't. So we created Marketplace Monday, and it's a great way for us to still get vendors like you in front of all of our membership. Right now, we have members from all 4 states watching: Delaware, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. And this is a great opportunity. We're talking with Joe DeMarchi from RMF, Reverse Mortgage Funding. Talk to me, Joe, specifically, what happened in the reverse mortgage industry since the pandemic started last March?
So, ironically, we saw our business soar. Consumer demand increased literally minute by minute as each state was making the difficult decisions to put everybody into lockdown. Reverse mortgages are offering seniors some level of stability, a safety net, not only to provide the needed funds that they might need, but also peace of mind as they think about their financial future and aging in a safe place. As some of you might know, one of the most important consumer safeguards for those considering a reverse mortgage is that borrowers have to attend a mandated reverse mortgage counseling session with a HUD-approved non-for-profit agency. And it has to take place before a borrower submits a complete application to us. And there are some highlights from the counseling data for the federally insured reverse mortgage program. It's called the Home Equity Conversion Mortgage. In the industry, we call it the HECM. And it's by far the most popular reverse mortgage in our country. It accounts for about 98% of all reverse mortgages around the United States. So here's some interesting statistics. In March of this year, as the pandemic was gripping the country, there were over 8,000 counseling sessions around the country. That was 25% more sessions as compared to March from the previous year in 2019. And it was 21% more sessions than just the month before in February of 2020. In fact, March of 2020, we saw the highest number of counseling sessions since September of 2017. And at RMF, we saw a record number of our existing borrowers draw funds from their reverse mortgage line of credit in order to add liquidity and prepare for any immediate healthcare contingencies. Given the ongoing spotlight on COVID and our country's healthcare system, that really didn't surprise us all that much. Many older Americans are now considering in-home long-term care options instead of moving into traditional senior facilities to allow them to age in a safe place.
We're talking with Joe DeMarchi. He is with Reverse Mortgage Funding. Reverse Mortgage Funding, a wonderful partner of ours at the Cooperative Credit Union Association. Joe, can you elaborate a bit on that? Talk about aging in a safe place. Go into that in some detail if you don't mind.
Sure. So a lot of older homeowners are now thinking about the advantages of staying in the home that they're in right now and maybe having the care that they might need come into the home as they age, whether that's, home visits from a nurse or services that help them with their activities of daily living, instead of moving into a facility, whether it's an assisted living facility or a nursing home, which, as everybody knows, is ground zero for COVID-19. So if your members are re-examining their long-term plans in light of the pandemic, they're likely going to be looking to you to understand what their financial options are so that they can make informed decisions. If you think about what most retirees rely upon financially, it's their Social Security, if they're lucky enough to have a pension, their pension income. And almost all older Americans are also going to start tapping into their retirement assets, whatever savings they've accumulated, investments that they've made during their working years, and other assets to help fund their retirement. But unfortunately, some of your members are still going to fall short. And some are going to need to start thinking about how to tap into the equity in their home, which most of the time is the largest asset on their personal balance sheet. And they need to tap that equity to create more liquidity and financial flexibility.
We're talking with Joe DeMarchi. He's with Reverse Mortgage Funding. Reverse Mortgage Funding is a wonderful partner of ours here at the CCUA. And if you're just joining us, welcome to CU Marketplace Monday. We do this every Monday, and we're having a nice conversation with Joe. Joe, can you go into a little bit more of that financial flexibility we're talking about some of our members may need? Go into some of that in detail if you don't mind.
Yeah, so if you think about historically when homeowners want to tap into their home equity because they need to monetize that home equity, right? You can't take a brick out of the foundation and go down to the grocery store and buy groceries with it. Well, how do they do that? Traditionally, option number one, and this is not in any particular order, is they might think about selling their house and maybe right-sizing or moving closer to family. Or they might think about taking out a conventional mortgage or a home equity line of credit. Well, unfortunately, downsizing, especially these days, to a new home can be very disruptive and costly, right? Selling costs can be up to 10% of your selling price of your home. And traditional mortgages and HELOCs might not be the most viable option for all your retirees. But what if you were able to offer your older members a more flexible alternative? Today's federally insured reverse mortgage program may help your members harness the power of their home equity to fund their retirement, including their current and future healthcare needs. I've been a banker and studying the residential mortgage sector for 35 years in my career. I have never seen a more brilliantly designed residential mortgage product than the HECM loan. At the same time, though, it's probably the residential mortgage product that is most misunderstood in our country. And for these reasons, our philosophy here at RMF is that reverse mortgages have to be taught, not sold. And there's no better teacher of financial products and services than credit unions. The HECM loan, again, the most popular reverse mortgage in our country, is available to homeowners age 62 and older. And depending on your member's home value and their age, they can access up to $574,000 in available funds through multiple disbursement options. But unlike a conventional mortgage like I have, or a HELOC, and I have one of those as well, monthly principal and interest payments are not required for a HECM loan for as long as at least one spouse continues to reside in the home as their principal residence. And just like any other type of mortgage product, borrowers have to stay current with their property taxes, pay their homeowners insurance premiums on time, maintain the home, and live there as their principal residence. Also, a HECM has to be in first lien position. In addition to that, there's been so many important and really, really good improvements in the HECM program that have enhanced consumer safeguards. It's no wonder that we're seeing this spike in popularity amongst reverse mortgages as the country goes through this pandemic, especially that line of credit disbursement option that I mentioned before, where borrowers get to choose when and how much money to borrow. This disbursement option is very comparable to a home equity line of credit. Again, I have one myself and I love my HELOC, but a reverse mortgage line of credit has some distinct advantages, such as there's no predefined maturity date to this loan. There's no draw period with this loan. Borrowers can draw funds for as long as the loan is active and in good standing. There's no prepayment penalties with this loan. And it's the only residential mortgage product in our country that has a non-recourse feature. Meaning, if when the loan gets repaid, if the borrower owes more than the property is worth, repayment is capped at the value of the property. Here's my favorite feature of the line of credit option. The unused portion of the line of credit in a HECM loan grows in size every single month. And the line of credit can never be reduced or revoked as long as the borrower is continuing to meet their loan obligations. That is, they're paying their property charges on time, they're maintaining the property, and they're living there as their principal residence. Now more than ever, your members are looking for solutions to fund their ever-changing retirement needs. And with 10,000 Americans turning 65 every day, you can be sure that more and more of them are going to be looking to reverse mortgages to offer income tax-free cash and a standby line of credit. And they're going to be coming to you, their trusted financial advisor, to help them understand what their options are. Here at RMF, we would love to help you add this strategic financial product to your product mix and to do it seamlessly, giving you more solutions to offer to your members and helping your institution to thrive during these very uncertain times. RMF will provide you with all the necessary technology, marketing tools, and training to educate your staff and your members on the benefits of reverse mortgages and assist you in originating these loans, while we take care of the rest. RMF will process, underwrite, close, fund, and service your members' loans. If you partner with us, you're going to gain access to a reverse mortgage platform designed specifically for your credit union and your member base. We make it really easy for you to offer this vital loan to your members who are, again, age 62 or older. It can also help you improve your member retention and generate some additional fee revenue without you having to add infrastructure to support the origination process. And as some of your CCUA peers that we already partner with may tell you, we're a leader in the reverse mortgage space. We've got a management team of veterans who have averaged more than 20 years of experience in this industry. Not only do our products complement your traditional mortgage and home equity loans that you're already offering your members, we understand the needs of credit unions and your members. We're known by our partners and our borrowers for our product innovation, our exceptional service, and our unparalleled secondary market experience. To that end, we continue to advance this platform that we've built specifically for credit unions and our product offerings to meet your evolving needs of your institution and your members. We're dedicated to delivering you the tools and knowledge you need to succeed in offering reverse mortgages to your member base. Here at RMF, our number one goal has been and continues to be to help older Americans enjoy financial security, even if right now in our world, in our country, it's seemingly less secure. If you'd like to learn more about RMF and this platform that we've created, please contact me at the phone number or email address that you see at the bottom of your screen. I hope that you and yours stay safe, and hopefully we'll be able to gather again sometime soon. Thank you so much, Isaiah, for having me.
Oh, absolutely, Joe. You have given us so much information. Joe DeMarchi, he's with Reverse Mortgage Funding. You heard him refer to them as RMF. It is Reverse Mortgage Funding. 3 words: make it easy. Joe and his team will make it easy for you. They've been doing this for a long time. They're a wonderful partner of ours at CCUA. Joe, thank you so much for coming on Marketplace Monday. And you're a big part of this show, so thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
I can't let you go without you spinning the prize wheel, though.
Okay,
Are you ready
about this? I am ready.
We've got some $50 gift cards, $25 gift cards, and some Dunkin' Donuts gift cards thanks to the CCUA. So here we go, Joe. What do we got? No whammies. How about a nice Dunkin' Donuts gift card for you, bud?
Fantastic. Thank
I love
you
it.
so much.
Everybody can use a little extra coffee now and then, right?
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much. Again, Joe DeMarchi, he is with RMF, Reverse Mortgage Funding, a great partner of ours at the Cooperative Credit Union Association. We have a chat feature down below if you folks have any questions, or certainly look at the number and email that we put up on the screen, or reach out to any of us at the CCUA, and we will make sure that we connect you with Joe DeMarchi of Reverse Mortgage Funding. Be safe, and thanks for joining us on Marketplace Monday, Joe.
You do the same. Thanks, Isaiah.
Thanks so much. For all of you watching, make sure you log on ccua.org and get registered for our virtual convention. It is coming up. We want you to register ahead of time. That and so much more about our convention called Moving Forward Together are right here on ccua.org. Stick around. We have much more to come. on Marketplace Monday. We'll be back right after this. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Marketplace Monday. I'm your host, Isaiah. Quick reminder that our virtual convention registration is open now. If you haven't been to ccua.org recently, you can go there. And our convention virtually is called Moving Forward Together this year. So unfortunately, we have to be gathering virtually. I shouldn't say unfortunately, because you know what? We're making the best of this situation. We're all working from home or remotely, but we will have a great convention. This is the Road to Convention series on Marketplace Monday, and Moving Forward Together is the theme for our virtual convention, and registration is open now. So all the vendors can sign up now, and all the credit union membership team registration is open. So make sure you go to ccua.org. I am super happy to have joining us on the show right now from CU Solutions Group, Mary Alicia Del Santo. She is the National Business Consultant for CU Solutions Group. Mary Alicia Del Santo, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Isaiah. Thanks for having me on.
Now you're working from home like we're all working from home. Tell us, where do you live and how has working from home been for you?
Sure. I'm in upstate New York right now. I just actually moved back up here from Florida. So I went from one pandemic area to another pandemic area. But I'm in my my new office, which is actually an attic. So you can see I don't have any of those wonderful windows, no distractions of looking outside the window. So this is my new home for working. And so it's a brave new world.
Everybody's healthy and happy in your circle?
We are, thank God. Everyone is in good shape, and we're still pretty serious about quarantine and staying home and kind of limiting our access, but it's all good.
If everybody did that for a little while longer, I think we'd be going in a much better direction. So, you know, we all have to work from home. The whole reason we're doing Marketplace Monday virtually is, you know, we can't get together at the DCU Center where we used to do our Marketplace experience. We're not able to do our convention, but we'll do it virtually. And the goal of Marketplace Monday is to have great vendors like yourself get together with all of our decision makers at the credit unions, the CCUA, of course, representing almost 200 credit unions in 4 states throughout Delaware, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island. And our responsibility at the CCUA is to make sure that we still bring everybody together. And my goal as the host of Marketplace Monday is to do that short, sweet, get to the point. Nobody wants to be on Zoom or Ring for 3 hours. Nobody wants to be on for that long. So we're doing this format, but it gives us a chance for you to still, talk to our decision makers and explain what exactly CU Solutions Group does. And we've been chatting a little bit before we started the show. I really like the consultative approach that you take when you're working with credit unions. Talk about really the 4 segments of what you focus on at CU Solutions Group.
Sure. We actually have 4 divisions. We have a marketing division, technology, performance solutions, and strategic advisory. So we really, what my role is to really kind of connect the dots for the credit unions and kind of look through all the resources we have to figure out how we can best serve them and meet their needs. So if a credit union says, hey, you know what, I need to grow loans, then we'll look within all of the different solutions we have and kind of pick out a plan for them to figure out how to move their needle forward. So it's very consultative and very customized.
And that's a great approach. We're talking with Mary Elisa Del Santo, the National Business Consultant for CU Solutions Group. The consultative approach in sales, I've always thought is a much better way to go. Look, you're the doctor. I'm the patient. I've got to tell you where it hurts. You can't come in and, well, I've got this and I've got that, and we can try this marketing and that tech. I mean, you're not going to get anybody's attention that way. You can't begin to assume what these credit unions need until you sit down and say, look, CEO, look, decision maker at whatever level. And those are the folks watching the show now. You got to tell me where it hurts. So let's talk about the marketing side of things. If I'm a credit union and I've got issues with marketing, can I call you up as the National Business Consultant for CU Solutions and say, can you help me in the marketing space? And what kind of answers would you give to a credit union?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we have, there's probably like 20 different areas of marketing that we can help you with. We have full agency services. We have different marketing arms that can help you. We have member enhancement products that can help, that are actually free to the credit unions. They don't even have to pay for the member enhancements. So there's a lot of different, over 20 different solutions in the marketing area that can help you. And also, I'm the consulting, but behind me are all kinds of specialists that have a huge amount of wealth of information that I can draw on to really help the credit unions. And we can even go beyond our reach if we need to bring in another expert. That's certainly something that we would do to help a credit union. So in the marketing vein, it's almost limitless of what we can do. Everything from soup to nuts. We also have TV, video, full production services and things like that. So there's a lot. There's quite a bit to offer the credit unions.
Marketing is one of those words you say, and it's such a big, heavy word, and it can go in so many directions. And we're talking with Mary Alicia Del Santo. She's the National Business Consultant for CU Solutions Group. They have a website you can take a look at, cusolutionsgroup.com. You can reach out to Mary directly, me.delsanto, DELSANTO. Did I spell it right?
You did.
I can
Absolutely.
read. That helps. M.E. Del Santo, DELSANTO at cusolutionsgroup.com. Marketing is one of those things. When people talk about, I want to do marketing, you're going to need to break that down. You're going to need to break that down. And it's good that you can help people in that sector. Talk about some of the advisory solutions that, the credit union decision makers that are watching the shows, some advisory solutions that you can provide from CU Solutions Group for the folks watching.
Sure. Well, I think one of the things that's really important right now, especially during this whole COVID environment, we have so many credit union employees that are working remotely from home. And through our cybersecurity and risk assessment in the strategic advisory services, we just added a remote staff assessment. So that's really critical, because I think that's a concern for a lot of credit unions, that all of a sudden they have a lot of people working from home. What is the risk, and are they addressing that correctly? So that's one particular piece. We've also put out some additional free tools to help credit unions with compliance, to help them with some of the compliance issues that they're dealing with, because compliance is not going to go away. It's, you're still going to have to do your compliance. So we can help with that. Another big thing is that, everyone's business plan is pretty much out the window for the next year or two. Kind of shredded that. So, you might be having to retool and take a fresh pair of eyes at how you do your strategic planning and how you do your planning and your goals and your budget for the next year, and maybe forecasting to next few years. And we can do all that virtually. So if credit unions are having a challenge of bringing their boards together, we're more than happy to work remotely with the card. We'll certainly come on site too, but if they have needs, we'll certainly do it remotely. So really trying to reach the credit unions where they need it.
Talking with Mary Alicia Del Santo, the National Business Consultant for CU Solutions Group. Visit them online at cusolutionsgroup.com. Talk a little bit more about the remote working. That's what we're doing these days. Everybody's working remotely. I mean, not everybody. People do go into offices, but then there's less people in the office, which still is remotely. You're just remotely at the office. Everyone else is at home. But, what kind of a concern has the remote workplace been for your company? Like, what problems are you coming across that you can fix for credit unions? I mean, working remotely pulls down firewalls. Different things are happening when you're sitting at home than in an office that has the IT lockdowns. What things are you seeing from the eyeballs of CU Solutions Group when it comes to working remotely and some of the things that you're helping people with?
Yeah, I think a lot of those solutions are kind of more on the technology vein. What I'm seeing that credit unions are really struggling with is they're just overwhelmed in their call centers. Whether they're working remotely or people at home are working remotely and they're calling in because they're not going into the branches. And, how do we relieve some of that stress and how do we make that a better experience for the members? Nothing more frustrating than someone who's on hold at a call center for 20 minutes. I mean, it's just not good. So we've come up with a lot of really good solutions that can alleviate that. So we have several chat options that can be up and running very quickly. So for a credit union that doesn't have chat, we can set somebody up in one day. So that was critical, especially when the pandemic first hit, to get someone up really quickly with a really slick system. And then also internally, we have a partner with a company called Silver Cloud, which you may have heard of before. They do a fantastic job, again, helping with that member experience through the chat, through the website. So that's another great area to help out with. So those are just a few. I mean, I could take up your whole hour with my solutions with all the things we have, but those are the two biggies that kind of stick out right now.
You mentioned a couple of times we're talking with Mary Alicia Del Santo. She's the National Business Consultant for CU Solutions Group. You mentioned chat a few times. The folks that are watching the show right now, there is a little chat box where people can ask questions. So if you have any questions for Mary Alicia, please ask them now. We'll make sure she gets back to you or we get back to you. We're using our chat feature for a few things on the show for people to ask questions. We're giving away prizes to all the decision makers. So, I mean, you have to have, not that a chat line or a chat room is a new thing, but you just have to communicate. I mean, you kind of go back to, I saw a TV commercial earlier, and of course it's set up in the Zoom, and it's almost like going back decades when the chat room was a thing. Like, wait a minute, that's where we started. And now we were just about tipping the scales into virtual reality, and now we're going back to the chat rooms. I'm like, but you have to be fluid that way. You just have to be. I gave a few people nicknames on my earlier shows, and for those of you watching, Mary Alicia's like, before we started, she said, well, what kind of nickname are you going to give me? And I'm going to go with Miss Consultant.
Oh, I like that. That sounds great. Woohoo!
This is what you do. You got to reach out. Now you're going to have to change your email to Miss Consultant.
I'm going to have to. I'm thinking of like a banner, that I can wear, a sash,
That's it. You want to be that, Miss Consultant joining us on the show today. Thanks for being on the show, right? I mean, this is what we're doing. Mary Alicia Del Santo, the National Business Consultant for CU Solutions Group. Tech, marketing, HR performance. Let's talk about one more thing before we get to the prize wheel, because I know you want to spin the prize wheel.
Absolutely. I'm waiting for that.
Who doesn't want to win money or maybe a Dunkin' Donuts card? I need some coffee today.
Exactly.
Let's talk about HR performance. I mean, HR, working from home, COVID out there, potential illness, sickness. Just talk about some of the challenges in the HR space in the current COVID climate.
Oh, sure. That's just such a big area right now that's getting inundated with questions. The solutions that we have are the Compies product, Performance Pro. Those are really to help us make sure that we have the right people in the right positions and they're being appropriately compensated. So I think for this time, relating Compies back to the environment that we're in, it's you need to have the right people in the right place. And I have heard issues of staffing, trying to attract the right staffing and getting people to staff the branches and staff specific needs. So the compensation program will help them define how to attract and compensate people appropriately for their positions, and then also how to retain folks that are in, because you don't want to spend time bringing new people in if you can retain the good employees that you have. So that's a real important piece. One of the other pieces that we have is Planning Pro. And Planning Pro, especially when people are working remotely, it will help them make sure that what they're working on from home is really working to the objectives of the credit union, the strategic plan. So especially when you're working remotely, you feel that disconnection, because you're not in an office and talking about people. So this is a nice tool that can really keep the whole organization on track, especially those remote workers. And then we've made some new enhancements with it to kind of give it a little bit more project management feel to it. So it's a little bit more enhanced product. But those are critical, especially when you're working remotely. You need to have that connection with the teams.
If you're just tuning in now, thanks for tuning in. This is Marketplace Monday, the Cooperative Credit Union Association's Marketplace Monday, and we're talking to Mary Alicia Del Santo, the National Business Consultant for CU Solutions Group. One more time, it's cusolutionsgroup.com. And if you want to reach out to Miss Consultant, that's your new nickname, you can reach out to her at me.delsanto, DELSANTO, at cusolutionsgroup.com. Very consultative approach that this group does, so you don't have to worry about just whatever's on your plate that you need help with. This is the group that you want to talk to. Again, Mary Alicia's the doctor. You got to tell her where it hurts. And if you tell Miss Consultant where it hurts, sounds like she's going to come up with a solution for you. So I really appreciate you taking time, and hopefully in the chat box people are asking questions, or certainly they're reaching out to you, and they'll get with CU Solutions Group and you can help them out. Thank you for being on the show.
Isaiah, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
I'm not done with you. What do you think?
You are? Oh, wait, I get my prize.
I'm not. It sounded like I was leaving. I was just moving to the prize wheel. So we have, this is the, we'll call it the Cooperative Credit Union Association's prize wheel. $50 gift cards, $25 gift cards, or Dunkin' Donuts gift cards. Are you ready to spin?
I am ready to spin.
Here we go. Pat Sajak. Ba-boom.
I know, give me a vowel.
$25 gift card.
Very nice. Hey, Isaiah, is there any way that I can, and I'll let you kind of figure this out, but I would like to donate that $25 back to CCUA for whatever they want to use it, but I would love to do that. So please thank the association for me and all that they do for the credit unions, and please give it to someone and pay it forward.
I really appreciate that. That's very nice. No, we really appreciate your partnership, and the CCUA is, we're blessed to have folks like you in our ecosystem, and all the people watching. It's, we're trying to stay as connected as possible virtually. So thank you for that donation, and thank you for being on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Very, very happy to be here. My pleasure.
Yeah, one more time, it's Mary Alicia Del Santo, National Business Consultant from CU Solutions Group. You can find out more at cusolutionsgroup.com, or go to directly if you want to get a hold of Miss Consultant. You can email her at me.delsanto@cusolutionsgroup.com. I hope you have an awesome rest of your Monday.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, we've got more coming up on this episode of Marketplace Monday. Stay with us. Don't forget, registration now is open for our virtual convention this year, Moving Forward Together. All the details up at ccua.org. And if you've missed any of these episodes or any of your mystery clues, you need to go to ccua.org and get all the details. We'll be back to Marketplace Monday in just a few minutes.
Octon Business Services, LLC, is a business lending CUSO that has been working with credit unions since 2005. Octant provides credit unions an array of commercial lending services. These include underwriting, loan servicing and credit administration, as well as program implementation support and training. With our clients focused on borrower-facing activities and Octant focused on underwriting and credit administration, the result is a cost-effective, regulatory compliant, and successful commercial lending program. This collaborative model has proven successful over the last 15 years, as evidenced by Octant surpassing the $1 billion threshold in loans underwritten in 2019. More recently, Octant helped its clients process more than 1,200 PPP loans, bringing over $25 million in needed capital to local small businesses. If your credit union would like to explore the possibility of beginning a business lending program or would benefit from outsourcing some of its commercial lending work, please contact us at info@octant.us. Thank you, and enjoy the CCUA's first virtual marketplace experience.
A love of nutrition, sharing, teaching, creativity, a genuine concern for the health of others. Many things inspire Megan to be a nutritionist for her fellow Special Olympics athletes. It's just one way she gives back to the organization that inspired her. Special Olympics Rhode Island. Inspiration for life.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Marketplace Monday. This week, Thursday. Again, sorry about those technical difficulties on Monday. Thank you for watching today's show. I really appreciate it. I know you've got some busy things to wrap up this week. Really quickly, a little bonus, because you watched the whole show, you have a chance to win a $50 gift card. We had someone give us back part of our gift card, which is great, so I want to give you another chance. If you want to win a $50 Visa gift card right now, I'm looking for the 5th person to text in the word amazing. How's that? 5th person to text in the word amazing on the chat box right below us here. 5th person. Tell us who you are and what credit union you're with too, so we know who you are. 5th person to text in the word amazing, and you win a $50 Visa gift card. Thanks to all of our guests, all of our vendors. Thanks to our title sponsor of this year, CUNA Mutual Group, and everybody else who's made this possible. Walter and everybody behind the scenes at CCUA. Wrapping up a Marketplace Monday on a Thursday. We will see you coming up on September 21st, Monday. Another great show coming up. Have a great rest of your week and an awesome weekend. We'll talk to you next week on Marketplace Monday.